Happy Thumbs Gaming. Big show.
Hey everybody, it's Brian with HappyThumbsGaming. Today we're checking out Triceratops Territory Free Roam for Lego Jurassic World. You can see on the left we have a couple of requirements. Basically, you just complete the story and complete the free play, so you have all of the characters and dinos needed. You also see we picked up a character scattered throughout the area, and on the right you can see all the collectibles found in this video. So, O to the L, let's go ahead and select the first movie and gets to getting here. You can see we were just leaving the Dilophosaurus territory here. We got ourselves a vehicle pad, so we're going to score us a Jeep and we're going to roll on out. And doing so, we're going to keep on keeping on down the same path as we've been traveling until we get to the next kiosk, which happens to be the Triceratops territory. So we'll go ahead and fire that open right now, and you can see there is a plethora of gold bricks scattered throughout the caged area, but there are a couple on the outskirts too. So we're going to start off first by go ahead and purchasing the old dig site volunteer. Now, it's been brought to my attention that even though there are locks on some of these characters on your character screen, that you can purchase them from at any time, actually. So if you happen to miss one of the characters, I've been told that you can purchase them on your own without having to be in this area. So try it for yourself. Comment below. Let me know how it works for you. Meanwhile, use a tracker to go ahead and track the item to a flowering spot or a watering hole or whichever you want to call it. And use Ellie and her can of water to go ahead and water it down. And that builds up a nice flower or boinger to get up top to get the first gold brick in the area. So, yeah. We're going to make our way all the way down the road here. Keep on down the road. And we're going to do that until we find a nice little spot here with a dark cave. We're going to select Timmer and go ahead and slide inside there. And this time you actually need Timmer because he can build in the dark, and it happens to be bones too. So he builds up a little treasure chest. Did you say treasure? Yes, I did. And inside there's a gold brick. So we'll go ahead and grab that and jump for joy. And it looks like that's going to wrap it up for the outer item. So we're going to go ahead and slide on inside the gate and see what we got inside here. So first is going to be this gold brick that is relevant to these pads. I don't know if you've noticed, but there's a plethora of pads. And over on this corner one here, and this is probably going to be different for you because I've noticed they've been different each time I've come to the area. But there are a total of 10 that need to be smashed that spawn. Basically, each time you take one out, another one spawns on one of those pads. And you have to take 10 of them out within the 90 seconds allotted here. And it's not a deal where when you knock one over, you get more. It's just 90 seconds to go ahead and get them. And I found that mine were respawning in a pattern. So it was basically the same 3 over and over again. Now, I don't know if that'll be the same for everyone, and it might be the same, but might be the different 3. But anyways, as you can see, I'm kind of lollygagging at times before I figured out the pattern and went straight from 1 to 2 to 3, and then I missed that guy as well, and I still end up with, I think I've got 10 or 12 seconds by the time I get to the final one, so pretty easy peasy. Now, hey, if you're in a hurry, you already have this one or whatnot, there are quick links down below in the video description, and the next one's going to be for gold brick number 4. So, meanwhile, we'll go ahead and get the 10th one and grab the gold brick that is rewarded and floating around out in the middle there. Now, next, we're going to head on over, and you might have noticed that there's an engine terminal out in the middle here. We're going to go ahead and use that because it actually brings up a bridge and allows us access to the lower half. Now, you can actually use a character with the agility ability to go ahead and make the jump, but you're not going to be able to get those dinos from down there across. So we'll go ahead and switch on over to Hammond and punch in the code, beep, boop, boop, beep, boop, boop. And once we get that in, we'll go ahead and watch that bridge rise. And now we've got access with big or small characters. But we're going to go ahead and go back around the corner over here, still on the same side. And there's a little, I don't know what you'd call this, a little nook. And inside the nook, there is a pile of bones with a series of compies jumping around on them. We're going to go ahead and switch on over to Eric Kirby because he can throw that vial of pee. And look at that, they scatter off. T-Rex, T-Rex. And we go ahead and bust open the bones. And inside, we find ourselves a gold brick. Now, following along, going back towards the river, you might have noticed there's a couple of jump posts out here. If you follow them all the way out to the very end, you can actually find gold brick number 5. So we are plowing right along through these collectibles. And now we're actually going to head down below. You can see there was another gold brick right over there in the corner, but it requires a T-Rex, or I guess I think an IREX will do the trick as well, but essentially we need a big roar to go ahead and bite down and chomp on that bar and bite it to pieces. So that being said, we are going to go ahead and spawn us a big old T-Rex, T-Rex, T-Rex. And this might be the first time we've played as T-Rex other than the battle scenes in the actual story. So, can't remember. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and stomp on up with Mr. T-Rex. And once we get up across the bridge, we're going to take a right and go right to that spot I was talking about. Hit the icon indicated to go ahead and rip that thing open. And inside, you'll find a gold brick. So over on the back side, you probably noticed that when we were smashing those pillars with Packy earlier, there was another amber brick or stone here, whatever you want to call it. Go ahead and use your "Rawr, I'm a monster" growl, and that'll break down into pieces and give us a bunch of bricks we can build up into this little footbridge. Now, you can actually use a character with the agility ability to hop over if you get the jump just right. But once you get over here, you're going to need to switch on over to your favorite tracker, which for us right now, it happens to be Barry. And we're going to go ahead and follow those blue footprints all the way around. And I'm not going to spoil it for you, but it's pretty cool what we find. Pretty cool. Actually, it's just a gold brick. Woohoo! That's, in my book, that's pretty cool. So we'll go ahead and switch back on down and head down to the very bottom because there is one more gold brick up here, as you can see on the mini-map, and we're running away from it. Why is that? Well, we need a giant stomping dinosaur. We need to stomp down the house pad, so we're going to go ahead and get ourselves a big old Brachiosaurus. Now, I want to confess something here. I actually had an issue with controlling this big old Brachiosaurus. In fact, as soon as I take control of it, he starts walking, and he goes and he gets stuck behind this building over here, and he smashes a bunch of stuff too. So I had the worst time trying to control him. Rather than sit here and laugh at me and waste a bunch of your time, I did kind of fade out. I did grab another dino, and it happened to be the Skeletor version. And then I did speed this up so we could kind of hurry, because this is a long walk up the hill. But you want to take him up the hill, cross the bridge, and go almost all the way to where we actually came in and entered. And over on the right-hand side, there is a big old pad we can go ahead and stomp. Once you stomp that, you can see there's a geyser, but that doesn't do anything for the big dino. So switch to one of our humanoids and go ahead and ride that geyser up top to get your gold brick. Pretty simple stuff. Now, last but not least, there are two more items down here, and one happens to be a race. And, oh, I take that back. It looks like there's 3 items. My bad. We're going to go ahead and let's go ahead and take care of this hacker scenario first. So you had to stomp these boxes back here behind the building, but our big old Brachiosaurus did it for us. Once you smash those down, go ahead and build those bricks up into a computer terminal. Switch on over to Lex or someone who can hack the terminal, and then hover over the different parts, pressing the button. I wasn't even exactly sure what I was doing, but all of a sudden it was like, woohoo! And look at that, red brick. That's pretty sweet, huh? This is actually, I believe this is the red brick for Nedry disguises, so not necessarily a useful brick, but certainly one that we need to get to the 100%. So switch on over to your favorite Dino Dung Diver if you haven't already, and jump right into that poo-poo. And we're going to pull out a leaf, and we're going to examine that we actually have a sick dino that needs 3 items. So these 3 items are easily scattered right here in the area, all 3 behind some shrubs. So use Owen or Alan to go ahead and rip those guys down and bring back each of the 3 items that will eventually heal our Triceratops up. Now, and, you know, I think the goal for this, or the thought behind the programming for this area is that once you heal the Triceratops, you could probably use the Triceratops for the race up here, because I believe the Triceratops has the charge. Am I right? I think it does. But anyways, we use the Packy after we heal this old sick dino. We got credit for him, and so far so good as far as the glitch goes, because there's certainly an issue with sick dinos, and hopefully we'll get lucky, and hopefully you will too. But, all right, last but not least is the race. So we're going to go ahead and switch on over to Packy because they got that charge and speed. And we're going to take off or running. Up the hill we go and over the bridge. And basically this is another one of those scenarios where there's like 35 checkpoints. So kind of a longer race, but that's all right. We get through it pretty easy. The only thing that's really a pain is going back and forth over the bridge, because for some reason, when you're running with your head down, you contact with the actual bridge lip there, and it stops you. So it does take a second or so to kind of recover. So my advice to you, if you're in any kind of a hurry, then go ahead and let off the run right before you go up the bridge, and then return to running as soon as you get onto it, and that'll help you get through it if you're having problems. If not, up and down and all around, and gold brick for you. But, yeah, and that's actually going to wrap up the area, despite the fact that there's a gold brick kind of halfway transparent back there floating around. You can see, oh, look at that transition. See how much better that was than car ramrodding it with our hand? All right, we're going to make it all the way back up and out of here and hit the kiosk up. And yes, I know we could have hit the old touchpad and gone straight to the map, or hit start and gone view map, but we do it the hard way. But we'll go ahead and pull up the screen one last time to prove that we did, in fact, get all of the items in this area. And that being said, you know what that means. It's only one thing. That's going to wrap up Lego Jurassic World Triceratops Territory Free Roam, where we got all the collectibles, and hopefully we provided a wee bit of entertainment as we did. I don't know. Does that make sense? I don't know. You be the judge. Anyhow, if you guys have any questions, comments, suggestions, or maybe you had that one brick that you couldn't find you needed help with and you wanted to thank me for, whatever the case may be, head on over to Facebook, Twitter, comment, vote, subscribe down below. We also have HappyThumbsGaming.com, which is the home of our product and gaming reviews, as well as Trophy Achievement Guide. So, hey, if you guys have any questions that haven't been answered yet in our videos, or maybe you've watched the video and it still doesn't make sense, you might check out our Trophy Achievement Guide for this, because there's lots of descriptions and long, lengthy scenarios for glitches and all sorts of stuff. So anyhow, that's going to do it for me. As always, until next time. Dino, 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 dung, 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 diver, 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 slap, slap, slap.